Hi, my name is Miriam Bernabei, and I'm a volunteer here at Greenburgh Town Hall. For many years, Sarah Bracy White, the fabulous executive director of arts and culture here in the town of Greenburgh, has provided opportunities for local artists to exhibit their work at Town Hall. And this month, my guest, Dawn-Marie Blackwell's outstanding photography show is gracing our halls. I'd like to welcome you, Dawn.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Tell me, how and when did you first become interested in photography?
Well, my mom really has a lot to do with that. So we would travel a lot and she would always give me a camera. And it wasn't until I realized that I would be standing beside her taking photos, you know, sort of mimicking what she was doing. And then I could not wait to have them come to life so I could see what I captured, because then you couldn't just look at it right when you took it. Right. So to have them developed and then see like, oh my gosh, I got this. I think that's when I started to see like, you know, there was a response to an action that I took. Mm-hmm. And it was really fun for me.
And moving as you grew, did you go to school for photography?
Not at all.
Did you? No?
No.
Did you have mentors or
none whatsoever?
Just yourself?
Just myself. I would say, you know, my mom didn't teach me, but I feel like I would watch how she would take pictures and what she was taking pictures of. Mm-hmm. And again, I think I was mimicking her, and then, I don't know, I just feel like I found my own path in it.
So the kind of photography you do you do darkroom photography? You have your own darkroom, or do you digital?
I'm an iPhonographer.
iPhone.
It's all
wow.
iPhone, absolutely.
Those are gorgeous
Thank
photos.
you.
On iPhone.
Thank you.
Wow, so it's all digitally.
It's all digital, absolutely.
Amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you
absolutely.
so much.
All right, well, now tell me about your process then. How do you choose the work that you're going to do, and what you do? How do you manipulate it mm-hmm. afterwards with the iPhone?
So I wouldn't say I choose it, I would say it chooses me. I call my work spiritual stills because it's like I'm getting a message to take a picture of something specific. I mean, because I could just be walking my dog and it's like, take this photo, you know? And so that's what I do. Otherwise, I think I've done maybe 2 or 3 where it's been, you know, very set up mm-hmm. so that I could do it. I'm working on a project called Silver Sages about women with naturally graying hair who are embodying that beauty. Mm-hmm. So that is one project that I'm working on that's actually being, you know, manipulated, so to speak. Right. Otherwise, I just walk down the street or I'm driving and I have to literally make a U-turn, jump out of my car, and, and take the photo. And otherwise, the process, I would say editing is a photographer's paintbrush. Especially for iPhonographers, you know, I know back in the day, even when people were doing darkroom photography or development, mm-hmm. They would, you know, make some streaks or something in the photo before it developed, mm-hmm. So that they could sort of manipulate the image. So it's something that's always been going on. Right. But I love it because I can either bring something more into detail or take away the detail, just depending on what I see and what I feel. And I think that's the fun of it, right? Because sometimes I feel like maybe photography can feel a little limited to some people, but it's really not if you really take advantage of the tools that we have now, which I think is really a lot of fun.
So do you just do it all on your iPhone, or do you put it on the larger screen?
I do it all on my iPhone.
Unbelievable.
Literally all on my iPhone.
I'm really shocked. I would think you need a large screen to get
something about it. There's something about it like being in my face where I feel like I'm sort of back in that moment that I can sort of say, oh yeah, okay, well I like this part, or let's, you know, contrast here is a little better, or, you know, lighten it here. So absolutely.
Amazing. All right. Okay then. Okay, in terms of the business of art, mm-hmm.
have
you sold any of your photographs?
I have sold some pieces, yes.
Do you want to sell more photographs?
Absolutely.
Bring it on.
Absolutely. So my process is, I haven't really been putting myself out there. I'm working on doing that more. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes as an artist, you feel a little You know, as Erica Badu said, you know, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my stuff. So sometimes I feel that way, but now I'm really embodying the fact that I am a photographer. And I love that people connect with my work and that it actually really means something to them. So I'm an occupational therapist by trade, and I had taken a photo, actually it's downstairs, called The Climb. And it's a ladder with these vines, and she was actually very sick at the time. And I told her I had taken some photos. She said, oh, well, let me see them. And she saw that one particular one and she just started crying. She said, oh my gosh, thank you so much for showing that to me, because I know that even though I feel like I'm going through this dark time, that the more I keep climbing, I'll get to a better place. Even still now. So that's what I love about my work.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, in that vein, what do you think is the role of photography in our society?
The role of photography, I believe, is just to capture moments in time. We get to be historians in some sort of way. If I'm not mistaken, one of my friends who came to the opening reception for the exhibit said to me that one of the bridges or something that I had taken a photo of on the Bronx River is no longer there. And he said, look, you actually have this photo that shows that this happened during a certain period of time. And so even though it's no longer here, you have a historic point of view that's recorded. And I think that's beautiful. I think we get to look back on sometimes good and not so good times, but I think that's important because we need to be real with ourselves and really understand who we've been and who we are as we move forward in the world. And I think photographers really get to capture that.
It's a very important role. Absolutely, really.
Yes.
All right, tell us, you mentioned that one about the climb, that one photograph about the climb. Tell us about a few more of your favorite photographs that are in the collection.
Yes.
And what was the inspiration, and what do you want people to walk away with when they see them? Do you want them to walk away with a feeling or a message or what?
Well, for this collection, for this exhibit, I chose them very carefully because it really had a message. And the message is that in life, we go through challenges and patterns that sometimes we do or we don't recognize. And that for me was really important, putting this collection together, because in my life right now, I've done a lot of internal work for myself, and I recognized my patterns and my shadows. But I also realized that, looking at myself honestly and truthfully, I get to surrender to my light, which is the last photo in the corridor. So it's a process. It's sort of taking you through this life patterns and then saying, you know what? There is truly a light at the end of the tunnel if you allow it to be. So that's, yes.
Wow. Any specific other photographs you want to
Oh,
talk
yes.
about?
So Fallen Beauty is one that's on the pavement with this flower that has fallen down. It's very close up. I was at a patient's house again. It was in their driveway, and I came out. And I just happened to, look down, and there it was. And then I found myself, on the ground, with it. And so, and then when I really got to look at it, I was like, I really love this photo. People may not see the beauty of their falls. And you may feel broken, but you're still beautiful. And you just get back up, And that's why I really love that photo. Another one is Window Seat. So one of my favorite parks is in Irvington. I think it's called Scenic Hudson Park.
Yes.
And I walk around all the time, and I was tying my sneaker. And so I'm down and I look up, and I have the view looking through the bench, and I see that, I will still call it the Tappan Zee Bridge, but I see the and I'm just like, oh, and now I'm looking for my phone, which is why I know I can't use a regular camera, because for me things happen. The process is I immediately need to take a photo. So I'm grabbing my phone and I'm just like, this is gorgeous. This view is amazing. So that's one of my other
was,
favorites.
That was gorgeous.
Thank
okay,
you.
Give me one more.
Okay, I really love spiraling. I love spiraling because I think for one, it's also very indicative of the Fibonacci sequence, which is actually natural in life. And I was in Barcelona with my cousin, and we were in this tower, and I looked down and I was just like, first of all, how are we going to get down these steps? Because they were so narrow. But otherwise, it was so beautiful. It just had like this infinite sense to it, right? And I was just like, this is gorgeous. And I really just loved that sense of going around and around, but you know, not being dizzied by it, but just enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right, our last question that I've been asking everybody is, how do you, Dawn-Marie, measure success in art?
For me, I think success in art is when someone resonates with your work. And they don't have to have the exact same understanding that you may have created that piece, but something touches them that moves them emotionally and connects them emotionally. And I think, not that I think, I believe that is truly your success, when you're able to touch someone's life.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I thank you very much. You touched my life. I love your photograph. And I want to tell folks, don't forget, come to Town Hall. There is such wonderful artwork here, thanks to Sarah Bracey White, and you will enjoy it. So hope to see you again and hope to see your work again, and thank you all.
Thank you.